Okay, what we are going to do is we are going to mount handles on cabinets, and I'm going to show you how to do that. The cabinets, when the house was built, didn't come with any handles, so I plan on putting handles on every corner of all the cabinets. Here are the handles that I plan on installing on my cabinets. These handles are stainless steel, and I ordered them on Amazon, and they come in a box of 24. It comes with the screws, but for some weird reason, it comes with two different size screws, and as you can see here, one is shorter than the other. I believe they did that to help you if you had different size cabinets, different thicknesses. It turns out that my cabinets use the smaller ones here, like right there. And when they're done being installed, they're going to look like that, as you can see. I got two side by side over there, one on this side, and when they open up, they look like that, with two screws on the inside. Now, it's kind of complicated to do this, because there's, as you can see, there's two screws right here. So you may think that it's just as easy as maybe screwing straight into the wood. Like if you had one, like a knob that you wanted to install, like one, you could pretty much drill a hole over here, over here, over here, center it out in that little square over there, maybe put it up in the cabinet a little bit, which would be a little weird. But typically, when you only have to drill one hole, you could just eyeball, draw an X, find the middle, and drill a hole, and you're good. But when you have two of them, like what we have here, it's very important to make sure that you measure like this. Okay? Because if you have one, if you just drill a hole randomly over here and then try to eyeball and drill another one over here, you're going to be off. And it has to line up perfectly, because this part is not adjustable. You can't make this shorter or longer. It has to be exactly the same length, or the distance has to be the same between these 2 points right here. And then when you drill it, it would be on this side right here. It has to be equal and perfect. So that complicates it a little bit. Okay, now the way I measure it is I use this device here called a fractional caliper. I bought this a number of years ago from the Home Depot. You don't really need one of these, but it's very exact. And as you can see here, let me measure it here, and you can see that it is exactly the screw holes. Hold on one second, I'll show you. Now, as you can see here, it is exactly 3 inches, the holes, the distance between the two holes. So the holes have to be 3 inches. And you can see that 3, if you look right here, see that 3 right there? There's my 3, and it carries on to the tip of the blade. Now over here, the one that I already did, you could see that it is 3 inches apart. Okay, so how do you do this? How do you make sure that your holes are perfect every single time that you drill without having to measure every single time? So this is how I did it. I measured it out. I took an index card like this, and I measured it out, the 3 inches right there, okay? And I measured the, as you can see right here, this ridge right here, from here to here. Okay, I'm going to zoom out so you can see. This ridge from here to here, there's like a little lip here that the router did when they built the cabinets. I lined it up right to the edge, and then I drew a line straight down to make a perfect width of how wide this piece is. That's right here, how wide that piece is. Okay, and then now that I have the width, I took the paper and put it down and decided, well, where do I want it on my paper? So I drew a line, the distance from here to here. I drew a line from here to here. So that would make a perfect square right there. Then in order to find the center, you draw an X from this corner to that corner, from this corner to that corner, and that would automatically find your middle, the middle of this box. Okay? Then from the middle of that box, I shot a line all the way up, and that'll be my drill line, because that represents the middle between here and the edge of my cabinets. Okay? Then once I drew my line straight up, I then measure 3 inches apart from each other, and I draw a cross line through those. And that gives me 2 holes that I have to drill exactly 3 inches apart and in the middle of that wood. Okay, then I take this and then I bring it over to a piece of wood like this. And I take the corner like this. And I take the corner and I line it up perfectly on this piece of wood. Then I take the pen and I push really hard with the pen. And then I remove it, and there's going to be 2 indentations here, and I drill my 2 holes. Now this piece of wood will now become my jig. So all I'll have to do is line it up onto the piece of wood here and then drill holes inside those holes. Okay, so here I am now. I have my jig in place. Here is the door. As you can see, this is the door. This is the inside of the door. And I took my jig and I lined it up perfectly so that the holes will be exactly where I need it. And now all I have to do is drill 2 holes inside of my jig. And then I remove this piece of wood and I'll have 2 holes exactly where I need them. Okay, now there are my 2 holes that I drilled. I removed my jig. Okay, and now I'm ready to mount it. Okay, I finished mounting it. As you can see, there are my 2 screws, and there's the new handle. And right now I don't have lock washers on the screws, but sometime in the future I'm going to maybe put lock washers, because it is possible that this could become loose after some time. But that's it. That's how you mount a handle on a cabinet. Okay, here you go, guys. This is the finished result. After creating a jig, measuring it out, creating a jig, drilling the holes, and mounting the handles using the 2 screws instead of the 1, which is a different type of handle. Okay. Now I didn't do the bottom yet because I haven't quite determined if I'm going to put 1 handle in the middle or 2 on each side. But definitely on the bottom you put the handles the same way as I did up there. You do it down here, and I could use the same jig. You don't put the handles on the bottom, you put it over there when you're dealing with the cabinets in the bottom. And I could use the same jig that I used up there. Now, when I designed the jig for the drawers, I'm going to make another video for you guys, and that'll probably be next week sometime. The single drawers, that's easy. I'm just going to put 1 in the middle, I know that. But these larger drawers, I'm not sure if I should put 1 on each side or do 1 in the middle. As you can see, I have 3 more drawers over there. Once again, I'm not sure if I should put them in the middle. I'm probably going to do 1 on each side. But it's going to get complicated because I have to design a jig that will work with 2 of them on different size drawers. And I haven't built it yet. So I'm going to do that next week. And the fake drawer, like this one in front of the sink, I'm going to put a handle on that too. And I'm going to show you how to do that. Since that's a drawer that doesn't open, it's usually a faceplate that just pops out. I'm going to show you guys next week. Okay, see you guys next week. Thank you.